page 1 or 2? Where are you?
Okay, I'm on page 1 at the bottom. So let's start from the top. So you see line 400. That says
Line 4.
that says gross amount due to seller.
400. Hold on. I put my glasses on.
Nope, you're
Hold
good.
on. Must be on the other side of the page.
Yeah, on the left side it says summary of borrowers versus we want summary of sellers because you're the seller.
Yeah, seller.
So you see 400
Yes.
gross amount due to seller. So you see 8,000 right there.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the price that we have Mr. Cromartie paying. Now my assignment, me and you agreed at 6,000, right? So that extra 2 comes to me. So contract sales price, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. We don't have anything until 420. Do you see that? Towards the bottom of the page.
Yeah, I see it.
It says gross amount due to seller, which is 8,000, because nothing has changed. So we're still at 8,000.
Okay.
It says reduction on the next line, reductions in amount due to seller. It says there is a deposit retained by seller, which I don't know what that deposit is. So we need to call and find out. So that's our first red flag. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we have settlement charges. We have payoff. We have all this other stuff that is 0. Then you get down to 510. Do you see 510?
Yeah.
Okay, city taxes from this year, $21.69. Then we have county taxes right below it, $27.69. So those are 2 viable charges that are on this HUD. And then you scroll all the way down to total reduction amount due by seller. You see that number 520? Okay, it's $2,556.80. That's coming from that deposit retained by seller plus the 2 taxes. But we still need to find out what that deposit is. Okay.
Yeah.
Now on 600 cash settlement 2/from the seller, which is 8,000 because that's what Mr. Cromartie is paying. Gross amount due to seller is the $2,556.80, which we still do not know what. Oh, I'm sorry. That's how much they're saying that is coming from the 8,000. So then, oh, my mouse just died. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. Let me grab my laptop.
Whatever she did, she didn't return my calls or whatever happened. I don't remember, but anyway.
Yeah, she was
She might be being involved either, but go ahead.
It's so funny because you told me that, and then I started talking to her, and she was the sweetest lady ever. So I'm like, yeah, it sounds like you switched up your tone now that you heard my voice.
Yeah, well, until today, or yesterday when I spoke to her. But I really didn't understand because my daughter, it's funny. My daughter just passed her exam for real estate school.
Yeah.
So now she's a realtor. The one I told you that's an attorney.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, she never ceases to amaze me. And I was telling her about what was going on because I was telling her, I said, I never knew that my land sold at 8,000. We talked about was 6,000.
Yeah.
And I said, that's number one. And now, my concern, now you have to get paid. I know that. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
But this deposit retained by seller, I didn't get a deposit.
Exactly. That's the question. What deposit are we talking about?
Because he can't, so let me, because, it's so funny. The last time, my husband is the one who handled when we sold our land when I was married.
Yeah.
And all I did was sign it. So that's why I'm not familiar with the total particulars of the deed, of selling land because my husband did it. But it's the $2,556 That's amazing. I don't know where. I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
But
and we're gonna find out as soon as we get done going through it.
Because that came the 2,000 that came from the 8,000. That can't. That's not that.
Yeah, we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. We're gonna call them as soon as we're done going through this together, and we're gonna find out. So I think we're left off at line number 601, the gross amount. So that minus, so 8,000 minus your 2,500 is the $5,443.20. That's what I told you earlier. That's what I was like, I want to double check. So, paid from seller's funds at settlement, which has the $2,000 for me. Okay.
Where's that?
It's on line. So find line 603. You see that?
Okay.
Okay. Now go down. You see where we're still on the right side. You see where it says paid from borrower's funds at settlement? You see where it says paid from seller's funds at settlement? We have 2,000 right there. So what happened was I assigned our contract for $2,000. So me and you agreed at 6,000. Then I brought Mr. Leon Cromartie in for $8,000. Does that make sense? So in an assignment situation, he's paying 8,000 and we're paying you 6,000, and I'm keeping the funds in between.
Because as legally, so what is your position legally? Are you
I am a contract holder who assigned the contract to an end buyer.
Okay.
So I'm not a real estate agent. I'm not somebody involved with the legalities of this whole thing. I just went under contract with you and simply assigned my contract over to Mr. Cromartie.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So that means that you're the entity. But how did you know that he was interested in land? You knew that before you talked to me, right?
So no, I didn't. I just found him, right? So you put your information in on one of my ads. So I gave you a call to find out. You told me what kind of number you were at. So I went and found somebody. They gave me a number that I wanted to make 3,000. So that's why we tried to talk at $5,000. And that's when I said, okay, yeah, I'll just pull 1,000 out of my pocket and go up to 6,000 for you, and not make as much. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I understand. That's what my daughter was asking me yesterday. How did you come in place? Concerning that, I said I'm really not sure. I never really asked him that, but I talked to him more so than I did to Mr. Kamrati.
Yeah. So that's exactly what happened. And I'd be happy to speak with your daughter as well and explain to her the whole entire process of how something like that works. But that is exactly what happened.
Okay, why are they including the fees for the attorney out here? That's for the buyers, not me, right?
Okay, where do you see that? Matter of fact, we're gonna get to that. I just want to go line by line to make sure we don't miss anything. So when we call them, we can give them all the evidence. Okay. All right. So we're good. Excuse me.
We're down to your fees.
Yeah, and we discussed that. So let's keep on scrolling down.
Okay.
So right now we're on page 3, and we don't see anything until the bottom. Now, you have title charges, which title charges need to be on Mr. Cromartie's. Or they are, actually. Nope, they are. So the title fees, the title search, and...
Where is the title fees? I'm lost.
Okay.
What number?
I'm on... There isn't a number right next to it, but go to 1100 on the left. 1100 on the left.
Okay.
Okay, go all the way to the right.
Yeah.
And you see that for $350, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the title charges. Now, there's no line there like there was earlier, but when it's paid from sellers' funds, it's all the way to the right. When it's paid from the buyers, it's to the left. So these look like they're being paid by the buyer. I will verify with title to make sure, but it looks like the buyer is paying those fees. There's two $350 fees and one $850 fee. You see that?
I only see two $350 fees and one $850.
Yeah,
That's what you said. You said two.
Yeah.
Two $350
Yeah.
and one $850. Okay.
Yeah. If I didn't say that, I'm sorry, but that's what I meant. We're looking at the same thing.
Okay.
All right. So now let's keep scrolling down
Uh-huh.
to line 1112. Now you said you're okay with paying the fee for the mail, correct? For them to mail it to you.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I'm scared. But the situation here, they have taken it to Washington with the postal system. Yeah, so I'm scared. Yeah.
Well, that's $40, so that shows there.
Yeah, at this point, I don't even care. Just send it to me.
Yeah, just get it to me.
Everything,
Yeah.
I don't even care. Yeah.
Okay, now you see that he has a $26 fee, a $16 fee, and a $7 fee. Now we're getting down to the two taxes. So Bladen County taxes and Elizabethtown taxes. The first is $225.86. The second one is $241.56.
Okay, from 21, is it 21?
21, 22, and 23.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm responsible for that, so.
Okay.
But when not knowing, being, not, how do I say, real estate savvy or literate.
Yeah.
Because I thought when we talked initially, that that Leon was going to pay the back taxes. I mean, that's what I thought. But the secretary said, no, the seller has to pay the back taxes.
Yeah, so when we spoke, we never discussed how the taxes would be paid because you told me that they were up to date. So I assumed that there are gonna be no taxes paid.
Okay.
This is showing differently, so that's why that popped up.
Okay. Yeah, you know why? Because I think I paid at the time we talked, I thought I paid like $250 in the taxes, so evidently more fees came in.
Yeah. Or
I paid that in 22 or 23. I can't remember.
Okay. So I don't know if they just took partial or they took the whole thing. I'm not.
They took partial because I didn't go back and see what the new fees were because I thought that wasn't gonna. I knew it was gonna enter in 24, and I didn't look in 24. It's been such a busy year, so that's my bad.
Yeah. No, that's okay. That's okay. Okay.
Okay.
Now, after we get to the taxes, I just want to read you this number. Your total walkaway is $2,507.42, which is significantly lower than what we discussed based off all these fees. And I think the reason for that is where they have this total reduction amount that we need to find out what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Let me find it again. The deposit retained by seller is why this is dragging down. If we can find out what that is, then your walkaway will be over $5,000, and you'll just be paying around $900 in fees. But this deposit retained by seller, we have to find out what all that's about.
What is that? 1,599. What is that?
1,599. What page are you on?
1302.
Oh, okay. That 1,599 is how much Leon would have to bring to the table.
Okay. It's crazy because I wasn't even aware that there were city and county taxes. I thought it was just one. I didn't even know.
City, county, and some states have state taxes too.
Yeah, I wasn't even
Yeah.
aware of that. See,
Yeah.
this is new with me handling it by myself. Last time my husband did.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I understand. I'm with you. I know this is it's a whole big thing. But let's do this. Let's get them on the phone. Let's
Clarification.
let's three-way and let's find out what's going on. All right?
All right. With you talking about with the total reduction amount?
Yes. Yeah, so our only question is, let me find it again.
Where did this 2,500?
Yeah, is the deposit retained by seller? We want to know what that is because we have no idea.
No, because I didn't receive any deposit.
Yeah.
And I never agreed to put down a deposit. If anybody should have been putting down a deposit, should have been Leon.
Yeah, for sure. All
Yeah,
right.
okay.
I'm gonna call them right now on three-way, and I'll add you in as soon as they answer.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. Hey, good morning. This is Johnny Stewart. How are you?
Fine. How are you?
I'm doing good. Hey, I have Miss Patrina on the line. We're going over this HUD statement, and we just ran into one snag. So I'm going to bring her in, and then I'm going to talk to you, okay?
Okay, I'm gonna let you speak with Heather, okay?
Okay, awesome.
Hold on just a moment.
All right. Hey, Patrina, she's getting Heather on the line, so bear with us.
Okay.
This is Heather. May I help you?
Heather, how you doing this morning? This is Johnny Stewart.
Fine, and you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Hey, I have Miss Patrina on the line as well.
Okay.
We were going over this HUD statement, and I just had one question for you. So we are looking on page 1 at the very bottom. The line 501, deposit retained by seller, the $2,507.42. If you could tell us what that is, that would be great.
It's not on deposit retained by seller. It's on settlement charges to seller.
Okay. So I'm looking at the Word file, so that's what I thought. So settlement charges to seller. What is
And
what?
if you look on the second page, it's your commission, $2,000. I spoke with Katrina about sending her check to her by FedEx. She said to go ahead and do that.
Yeah. We talked.
Go ahead.
We talked about all that. We're just trying to find out what this settlement charges to seller is.
That's what I'm telling you right now. I'm explaining to you. On the second page is the settlement charges. On the right-hand side, it's your $2,000 for your commission. It's the $40 for the FedEx,
Yeah.
where we're sending our check to her.
Yeah.
And then she owed back taxes on 2021, 22, and
Okay.
23
Okay.
for Bladen County. And for 21, 22, 23 is Town of Elizabethtown.
Okay.
So when you add all that together, it equals 2507.42.
Okay. So what is this number? This is a Word document and the lines are kind of skewed.
Okay.
So it looks like total reduction amount due to seller. That's $25.56.80. Is that correct?
Right. That's correct.
Okay. So let me keep on going. So on line 602, less reductions in the amounts of the seller. That's $5,443.20. Correct?
That's what she ends up with, 5,443.20.
Perfect. So it's skewed on my end, so I was reading it to her wrong. That's the number that I thought. So I think we're good. Patrina, does that make sense? Did she explain that clearly?
Yeah, she did.
Okay, awesome. So instead of the 6,000, based off of everything involved, it's $5,443.20.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I just was concerned because I didn't, the way it was worded, I'm like, where did the $2,556.80 come from? That was my only question.
And that was, and I added more to that because I was reading the wrong lines because it's skewed on my end. But I think we're all cleared up. I'm gonna have Miss Petrina sign this now, and we're gonna send it over to you.
Okay, and then if you'll include in your email where I'm to send your commission check.
Awesome.
For JS Property Investment, so I'll know where to mail that to. Okay.
Awesome, Heather. Thank you so much. You've been incredible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all have a good day.
All right, you as well.
Bye-bye.
Petrina, so we're good.
Hold on. Let me
Yep.
I'm trying to. Hold on, my phone is acting crazy right now.
No, you're good. You're good.
And now I gotta turn the volume up. For some reason, the volume is down. See? Must be.
No,
Okay.
you're good. I was just saying that we are all good now. Their HUD statement is absolutely terrible. All these numbers are kind of in limbo, and some of them are at the top of the screen. Top of the page, where they're referring to them at the bottom. So that was completely my fault for reading it to you wrong. But she cleared it up. The number $5,443.20 will be the amount that gets sent to you. Is that acceptable?
Yeah. But the only thing I was saying, the $556.80, those were the taxes from 2021 and 23. Is that what I'm reading?
Yes. So on page, let me find it. On page 2, line 210. I'm sorry, line 510. Do you see that?
Hold on just a second. And then 302, 510. The city taxes were like $26.2769.
Yep.
And and there were some other ones, wasn't it?
And then there's the $40 for getting it paid to you. And then let me find the other ones that she said.
I'm just trying to, I just don't see where it adds up to $556. That's that amount. With I'm looking for something more like 2 or 3 in taxes that are old. That's what I'm looking for. Here it goes. But it's nothing there. Where it says like 1002, 1003, it says city property taxes.
Yeah, there's no number there.
Property taxes is nothing there. So that's what I'm trying to add up. If you could show me.
Oh, okay. I found them. Because I was confused too, but I found them. Go to line 1301.
Okay.
So there's $241.56 to the town of Elizabeth.
Oh, see, that's what I was looking for. Okay.
Okay,
and then the 225, and then the that's almost 500. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna do I got my calculator out. I'm gonna do the math just to make sure. So we have 241.56.
225.86.
I'm sorry, I was reading the bottom one. So I typed in 241.56 for the bottom one, plus 225.86 for the top one. Okay, and then we're gonna add $40 because that is the express mail fee.
Right.
And then we're gonna scroll up to the $26. So we have $27.69. So plus $27.69, and then plus $21.69.
Where's that? The 21.
The 21 is right above the 27. So 27 is 511. 20.
769. Okay, gotcha.
Okay, so that gives us 556.80.
Okay,
so we're gonna
gotcha.
do 6,000 minus 556.8, and that gives us 544.3.2, which is exactly the number that she said is due to you.
Okay. Yeah, now I understand.
Bam.
Let me. My daughter just called. Let me connect her with you because she said, "Mommy, I just want to talk to him before you sign." So.
Awesome. Yeah, bring her in.
This is Adriana Butler. How are you today?
Adriana, I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
Good. I didn't call on behalf of my mom, Katrina Turner.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Did you want to walk through the HUD statement, or what kind of questions did you have? I went.
So, I'm just trying to get clarity because she doesn't understand the process and she didn't have an agent, acting on her behalf.
Yeah.
So, actually just recently became licensed in real estate. So I just started asking her some questions that she couldn't answer. So I said, well, just give me the correct number just to make sure that we're all on the same page. So one is, I think that was, what was I going to say? I was concerned about, what agreement did she have around commission? Because she doesn't recall signing any agreement. And so, if it's not in writing, to me, it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely.
Can you help me where that is captured?
Yeah, so I'm not a real estate agent, so I don't work off of commission. What I am is a wholesaler. Are you aware of that wholesale process?
Tell me more because I'm still not sure how your fees into this. So go ahead.
So what I do in wholesale is your mom got under contract with me at $6,000. She filled out one of my ads that I run online. I gave her a call. We agreed at $6,000. I then took that agreement and found Mr. Leon Cromartie, the one buying it, and I got him to sign for $8,000. So
she signed an agreement with you?
Yes. To sell her.
Could you email me a copy of the agreement? Because that's where I think the confusion is coming in. She doesn't remember signing an agreement with you because she said, well, he's going to take a fee. I said, well, do you have it in your contract? I reviewed the contract. I didn't see a commission. So
you have the contract though that you reviewed, right?
Well, I can't open it anymore because it was a DocuSign, but I did review
it. Okay. So give me 1 second. Let me get that.
Because I saw the real estate contract, but I didn't see a separate contract for wholesaling or.
Yeah, no. So the contract that you saw, the DocuSign, had me as the buyer, right? So the way wholesaling works is you signed a purchase and sale agreement. So me and Katrina signed a purchase and sale agreement with my company, JS Property Investment, as the buyer. That was yeah. So what you saw, I simply then assigned that contract, as in I drew up another contract for me and Leon, assigning the rights to the first contract to him for $8,000. So Katrina gets $6,000. Since I assigned it for $8,000, I keep what's in the middle. Does that make sense?
I understand totally. I guess what I think needs to be more clear. She's not familiar with the wholesaling process, right?
Yeah, I spoke to her. Yeah.
For your service. That's where the confusion.
Yeah, I spoke to her this morning and I let her know kind of how that process works. Usually I don't. I usually.
That she put to this agreement not understanding. She thought she was dealing with the buyer. She kept on saying, "The buyer won't speak to me. The buyer won't speak to me." And then she said, "You volunteered to get involved." I said, "Well, that's weird if he's not your agent." So
I didn't volunteer to get involved. I'm essentially a middleman, and
yeah, I understand what you're saying, but that's the way she understood it.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I would encourage you in the future to explain that part up front.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
no, I
so
got you 100%.
I'm not gonna let anybody take advantage of my mom. So I'm like, hey, let me get involved here because I need to understand what's happening. So I understand what you're saying, but she didn't understand it. So if her agreement with you was for $6,000, we don't have a dog in that fight. You understand what I'm saying? With you, if that's what the agreement was for.
Yeah.
And that's why she was confused. But what is the $8,000 that you speak of? She seemed to not know. But if you explain it to me like that, you sold it to him on her behalf or on your own behalf as a wholesaler for $8,000, right?
Yeah.
So you $2,000 of it off the top. What additional fees will she have to incur as well outside of closing costs?
Yeah, so that's a great question. We actually were talking for about an hour before you called, going through the HUD statement in its entirety, and then we reached back out together to the title company just so they can confirm what we were talking about. So I can
Okay.
bring that up for you as well.
Yeah, if you would share that with me, that would be awesome.
Yeah, just give me one second. I got two screens. I got a bunch going on, so give me 1 second. I'll find it for you. Okay, so $6,000 was the price that we agreed on. She's gonna end up walking away with like $5,443 and some cents. The first fee is the city and town taxes for
Mm-hmm.
for this year. That's $21.69. She also has county taxes that are $27.69. From there, the only other two fees that she has are $225.86 for back county taxes, and then $241.56 for back town taxes.
Okay.
And then her total walkaway, let me get that for you, is $5,443.20.
Okay. So I understand the breakdown now. Those fees are not anonymous, so I get those. I think what we got confused is the fact that this is a broker relationship and not a straight real estate.
Yeah, and what kind of made this fuzzy too is we're going through a law firm instead of a closing company. I always use closing companies, but the Mr. Leon, the one that I signed the contract to, wanted to go with this guy. So they were not nice to your mother at the front desk. So once I got on the phone, they kind of changed up their tune. So
Yeah, I told her to give me that number too. Like,
yeah, you want to talk to everybody? I'm with you.
I don't cut corners at all. No,
Yeah,
no.
yeah,
You know, for her, like this is something someone left her as an inheritance. So I would
absolutely,
hate for her to get cheated out of her inheritance, right?
absolutely.
So for me, and I want to ask you in good faith, like, is there
Yeah.
anything you can do about your fee? So she walks away with $6,000. Would you be willing to take a hit on your fee, like to 1,500?
So I already took a hit on my fee.
Okay.
I already came down $1,000 just to get her to 6,000. There's just no way that I can do that. I've put so much
Okay,
time and
I can
work.
only ask, right?
Yeah, absolutely. A closed mouth doesn't get fed. I'm with it. I'm with it. But I just wanted to tell you, like, I've diligently taken care of your mother. We've been at this since late January. So
Yeah, I saw the contract January 17th.
yeah. So
I think for her, I'm just trying to help her understand the questions to ask up front.
yeah,
Because when I was speaking to her, like, I was like, Mom, this does not make sense to me, right? Like,
yeah.
and unfortunately, I just became a licensed real estate agent. I quit my job. I started a lot of jobs.
Awesome. Congratulations.
All these different things, right?
Yeah.
And so, with that being said, I'm like, no, that's not,
Yeah, that's not the typical process. Yeah, for sure.
So I'm glad you can explain it to me, and based on what you said, I mean, it clearly makes sense to me. So, I let her know I spoke to you, and thank you for your clarity.
Awesome.
And like I said, I was just asking because I want to make sure, she's set up for success.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And now you have my phone number, so at any point in time, if you have any questions, hell, even if you just want to chat, give me a call.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Johnny. I appreciate it.
No problem. I appreciate you, and we'll get Petrina wrapped up today, and we'll get this taken care of.
Okay, so how are you depositing her check? I mean, I can give if she wants to, I can give you an account to put it in however she wants to do.
So unfortunately, this law company that I told you isn't good. They don't do wires, so they only mail checks. And Petrina opted for I think it's like $40. They'll overnight it via FedEx to her address. I'm pretty sure they have their address. She's already given the address that they'll send it to, so she'll get a check in the mail directly from them. I'll never see it. I'll never touch it.
Okay, I understand. Thank you.
No
All
problem.
Right, well, I appreciate your time, Johnny. I appreciate. Now let me get to work. Thank you so much.
No problem. You have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you soon.
He's one of a kind.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay, but it's gonna be later on this afternoon. But I will do it.
Sounds good. Just keep me updated, please.
I will.
Katrina, thank you so much. We're almost there.
Almost. Thank you for being right there beside me and being honest and showing integrity. Because some wouldn't have, but I can say you've done that from the beginning. I didn't know about the 8,000, but that's cool, you know. But that's cool. But other than that, you've been right there, you know. And this is your business.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Well, I really appreciate it, Katrina, and I'm glad that we got everything squared away and are almost finally wrapped up.
Woo! Almost. Yeah, it's been a long journey. It's been nights I've been sleep because I'm like, okay. But anyway, this is a part of life.
Absolutely.
And everybody has to start from somewhere.
Absolutely.